Hello and welcome back to another bloody good vaping. So today I'm going to be taking a look at a box mod out of Italy, and that is the Indocile from Strangers Mods. Now, I'd never heard of this company before, to be honest. Marco, the modder, kindly contacted me, said would I like to take a look at his mod. I had a little look around of it. There was a couple of interesting quirks that I really liked about it. So I said, yeah, and he sent me over the Indocile, which I have here. Now, it's a single 18650 device, okay, and it uses the SXJ V2 chip. It's made from aluminium, anti-corrodal aluminium. I've got it here actually. It's got a little number behind it which I couldn't remember. 6082. I looked it up. It's quite a medium strength aluminium, but it's very resistant against corroding, which is cool. And that does offer quite a nice lightweight feel to the mod. It's also been anodized. Apparently they use a really strong anodization process, and it's a similar format that they use with Formula 1 cars. So you're not really going to have any worries about it flaking off or anything like that. It does feel very, very thick. The coating does feel quite nice indeed. But one of the biggest sort of interest thing that I had with this is actually it does incorporate the QI charging. Now you probably know about these QI charging, these wireless little charging hubs that you get. A lot of mobile phones use them and things like that. You can actually do a mod to your iPhone and stuff like that to make it use. Whereas basically it connects wirelessly. Technically, you put it down on this little pod here, you move that out of the way, put down on a little pod like that, and it charges it up for you and keeps the charge right. So if you're sitting by your computer or things like that, and you're not taking a vape, you just pop it down on there and it retains charge, which is pretty cool. Now, it's quite a big boy. It's 87mm in height, about 47.5mm in length, and 32mm in width. And yeah, it's quite big for a single 18650 device. But yeah, it's got a nice terrain feel. It's got a fixed battery cap. Basically, it's on just a little pivot there, so you don't have to remove the battery cap. Just take that out. It swings. Take your battery out. Replace. Bob's your uncle. And it's got a nice little sort of grip at the back there. It's got a self-adjusting brass 510, spring-loaded 510, and yeah, it's an interesting look. It's an interesting device. It's quite a chunky device. Now, there are a few types of these. I believe this is the classic one, but they also do full titanium versions. Full black as well, and some with really heavy engraving on it. I mean, if you go onto their Facebook group, they've got all sorts of different styles of this one. And another thing that you can opt for it to be customized any way you want. Say you want stainless steel polish buttons like this one. You can have brush buttons, titanium buttons. You can have gold plated buttons. You can have full titanium, half titanium, and anti-corrodal aluminium, or vice versa. You know, gold plated engraving, all sorts of things. Basically, you just PM the modder, ask him tell him what you want, and they will do it for you. Well, before I get into any more details about it, price, what I think about it, where to get it from, etc, 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 let's pop down at the table now. Let's have a little look at it up close, and then we'll come back and give it a bloody good vaping. Safe. So first of all, when you receive your Indocile from Strangers Mods, there it comes in this rather nice dark wood presentation box. Quite a large box itself. It's got Strangers Mods there, the logo Indocile, and made in Italy on the top there. On the back, we also have basically your serial number and make and model of the device itself. Nice little clasp here. Open it up. You're greeted by your Strangers Mods card here. Turn it round. Got a little warning about batteries there, what's the correct battery to use, etc. And also, once again, the name, make and model and serial number of your mod, and obviously the signature of the modder itself. So let's take the Indocile out and have a closer look. So here you have the Indocile itself. This uses a single 18650. Also incorporates the SXJ V2 board there. Stainless steel buttons, now they can come to you either brushed or polished like this one. The body itself is made of an aluminium, I believe it's called anti-corrodal aluminium, which is like a medium strength aluminium, but is really quite resistant against corrosion, which is quite nice. And it's also got a very special anodization process it goes through for the finish on it. Something very similar apparently they use with F1 cards. F1 cars, sorry, that's what the modder told me. And it is quite a very thick anodisation. It is quite nice. Nothing's been coming off or flaking off, and it doesn't leave any fingerprints or anything like that. It's really a rather thick finish. On the top there, we've got a self-adjusting brass 510. The 510 itself, I believe that's also aluminium as well. It feels a bit thin to be stainless. I believe that is aluminium. Got holes cut out there for any atomizer without its own airflow, which is pretty rare nowadays. And on the back here, we've got the logo, and this is probably one of the most interesting features of the mod itself. It actually comes with a QI charger. Now, that basically is kind of like wireless charging. So if you have your battery in here, basically you're given a charger like this. You place the mod down on the charger, and there we go. And then it makes a connection like that. You'll see down here we get a little charging sign here, and that basically means it's charging. So if it's basically next to your computer or at your desk or something like that, then you can just place it down on this. You've probably seen these. They can be used for some mobile phones and things like that. And then you can use this, and basically it will charge or keep the charge on your mod. So that's a really interesting thing that comes with this mod. There are some compensations for that, of course, which I'll talk about in a second. You know, but that's quite a nice little feature. Now, the dimensions of the mod itself. Now, we are 87.5 mil in height, 47.5 in length, and we're just shy of 32 mil in width. And that's obviously quite a problem for a 18650 device. It's very, very thick indeed. Nice if you want to use, say, something like a 30 mil atomizer. Like I use an Nextasys with the 30 mil extension on this, and it looks quite nice. But it's quite a large size indeed for an 18650 mod. The battery cap is fixed. It's basically fixed to the mod itself via this catch. Twist. It comes undone, obviously. Remove your battery and then push down. You've got a little catch and twist to close it. It's quite strong as well. You do need to give it a good push down to get that to catch on. Let's turn this thing on. There we go. And you can see there, obviously this is where the small board is for the QI charging, but we've also got Strangers Mods written there. The little logo as well. And something in Italian. Very light indeed, obviously being made from aluminium. It is very light. It's made by one solid piece of aluminium apparently, or two solid pieces as you can see here. So these two pieces are connected by these screws. They do have a video on their Facebook page of basically one of these being built, which is quite interesting. I'll put a link to that into the description. You can have a little look yourself. And they do offer all customizations for this. So, you know, they do other versions. They've got a titanium version that's just come out. They've got all black. They've got ones with full heavy engraving on there. You can have the buttons brushed. You can have them matte or gloss like this. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different designs that you can have with this, and they are readily available. You just have to be a member of the group and you can PM the modder. Okay, so let's get back up top and I'll give you my thoughts. So there you had the Indocile from Strangers Mods. Yeah, a chunky boy. I mean, I do like it. It's got sort of like this all-terrain feel. I don't know what it is for me. I think it's because of the size of it is, the grips and the look of it. It feels like something you'd take out with you on a hike. Or it feels like something you'd take out with you when you was doing some sports or something like that, or going cycling. I don't know why. It just has that appeal to me. It's just got that sort of rough and ready feel. I mean, it is light, but it does feel very, very sort of sturdy and very well made indeed. You know, it is aluminium, so it has that light feel. I dread to think what this like. I mean, when I first started mentioning to him what it was made of, he just said to me it's made from solid, and I thought it can't be solid stainless steel. It weigh an absolute ton. But what he meant was it was made from solid billet, solid aluminium, pretty much. I like the QI charging thing. I mean, It's not a necessity, really. I mean, a lot of us don't sit in all day long and things like that. You know, when we do go out and about and we've got our little battery cases and things like that, and it doesn't take 2 seconds to change a battery, really. But when you are at home, sort of on your computer and things like that, it is quite convenient just to be able to pop it down and then it starts charging. I mean, that's a nice little touch. I haven't seen a mod really that's ever offered that before, so you know, kudos for them for thinking outside the box and trying to do something like that. I mean, it's nothing that makes me want to jump out and buy something because of that, but I still think it's a lovely little quirk that, you know, is rather handy if you're doing a long session on a computer or something like that, or, you know, you've got one of these next to you and you can just pop it down there if you're running a little bit sort of low on charge. I have run the battery out and then put it on there, and basically it's taken fucking forever to sort of jump start it again. So, you know, I wouldn't recommend running your battery out and then trying to charge on your QR charger, because it just ain't going to happen. The form factor, it's very comfortable. It's got these nice little grips on the back here, which do fit quite well. It does fit nice in the hand. It is chunky as fuck. You know, I've got a 30mm atomizer on here at the moment, the next assist with the 30mm extender. And for a mod of this size to be a single 18650, I don't know if I can justify the size of it. It is a chunk, and you would want this to be 26650. If it was 26650, it'd be bang on. It'd be absolutely superb. But then I don't know if it'd be able to add the sort of the bit for the QR charging in it, and you know, and to retain the sort of the look that he's got. If it was 26650, I can imagine, you know, with all the gubbins going on inside, it'd be astronomically huge if it was a 26650. 510s, self-adjusting, spring loading, whatever. Yeah, spring loaded 510, nice. I believe that's aluminium 510 as well. It just feels too for stainless. That ain't stainless, it's aluminium. And the battery cap, nice. I like the fact the battery cap is fixed and swings on that little pivot there. It is quite a hard connection to make. The spring now at the bottom is quite nice and tough, so you do need a good push down. You know, you've got your up and down buttons, you've got your SXJ V2, so you've got all that temperature control stuff and everything you need to do with it there, up to 75 watts, which is great. So quick blast now. Button nice and clicky. Menu buttons nice and clicky as well. Obviously you've got your micro USB there for any firmware upgrades or what have you, you know, and yeah, it's really well made. It's a nice quality bit of kit, and I do like the quirkiness of it. Like I said, it does feel like you'd take this out if you was going hiking or if you was doing some sports or mountain biking. I don't know why. You're probably going to listen to that and go, what the fuck is he on about? But yeah, it's just got that sort of outside sporty thing going on with it. I can't really put my finger on why I feel that way, but yeah. Now, he does do a lot of customization for these, and there's a lot of different sort of models of it. Same mod, of course, but obviously the finish and all that is completely different. And I do know he's just released a titanium one. They do this one here, which is the classic, which is basically the sort of the whitey cream on the black. They do an all black. They do an all black, but with solid engravings. I mean, loads of engravings on it. There's the all black there. I've got some pictures, actually. I'll show you of some of the engraving ones they do. And then some of the pictures of the titanium one that's just come out. So yeah, and also he doesn't shy away from customizing it for you. You know, I'll read you a little message that he sent me about what he doesn't mind doing on your specifications. You know, our characteristic is that we do custom mods. Do you want total engraving? No problem. Do you want yours engraved? No problem. Do you want total polish? No problem. Do you want half titanium, half anti-corrodal? No problem. Do you want buttons, battery cap and 510 stainless, brushed, polished, gold plated, 24 karat gold? No problem. So, you know, that's pretty cool, the fact that he's willing to go out and customize your mod to how you want it. So you know, that's pretty awesome. Now, to get them, there is a website and there is a like page, and I don't think they do lists or anything like that. I think you can actually just PM Marco the modder and ask him for one, and he'll hook you up, which is pretty cool, you know. So I don't think, you know, they've taken off so far yet, where basically he's inundated with orders, which is great. So you can jump in there if you do fancy one of these, give him a PM, and once you're in the group, and he'll hook you up. Prices, I've got a list of prices here. You know, now I believe for one like this, which is the classic, is around €650 all in. That's delivery and everything. Okay, and I do believe that obviously if you're going to get custom jobbies done with engraving and stuff like that, it's going to start to go up. With the total titanium, with all the engravings, the highest one they've got is €1,200, which is quite a lot of money, really, you know, especially with our currency at the moment, if you're in the UK. So you're probably looking at about 1,050 or something like that, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's €1,200. But for the standard classic one like this, I believe all in €650, which probably works out about 570 quid. Still a lot of money, you know, still a lot of money, but I do think it's a quality made piece of kit. You know, it's nice and light. It is comfortable, even though it's wide. I mean, to me, it's a little bit too wide for an 18650, but at the end of the day, like I said, you've got that QR charger that does come with it. I'm not sure what they go for on their own. They're probably about 20 quid, something like that, but they come with it. You get a nice presentation box as well. But yeah, you know, all in all, I think it's nice. I think it's great, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else they come up with. You know, because I think this might be their first mod. So it's off to a great start. I do think it looks the part, and like I keep saying, for me, it feels like some sort of extreme sport mod. I don't know why. It just has that on me. I want to put this in my pocket and go out on a mountain bike ride. I don't know why. It's just got that sort of look and feel to it. So yeah, there you have the Indocile from Strangers Mods 18650 SXJ V2. Comes with a, it's in a nice sort of anti-corrodal billet aluminium thing. It's got a really nice sort of anodized coating on it, very thick, very durable. Lots of customization options on this. Also QR charging available for you for next to your computer or wherever you're sitting at home, so you can just plonk it down there and the bugger charges up, which is pretty quirky. You know, spring-loaded brass 510, and yeah, really quite different, quite unique, quite cool. Just a little bit big for an 18650, but still quite nice. So thank you very much for watching this review, and I will see you on the next one. Stay safe.